All right, Oran Huff, head coach Mike Mendoza, Jason Bynarowicz, coach. Just kind of a recap of the non-conference duel up at Western last Wednesday.
Yeah, duel went well. I think there's definitely a couple spots that we could have wrestled better in, but other than that, the guys wrestled really well. Yeah, and guys had great performances. So yeah, happy.
And then Oran and Jason, for you guys, I know wrestling up at Western is something we talked about last week, is something a little different than most duels. Just talk about your experience up there. Both of you guys had pretty good success, so just talk about your match and just, like I said, the experience.
Yeah, wrestling at Western is always exciting. You know, they got a big crowd. They like to get as close to the mat as they can, but just going out there, wrestling our best matches is the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun up there. I didn't get to wrestle a contested match there last year, so it was definitely a lot of fun wrestling an actual match and not just getting a forfeit there. Yeah, trying some new things, pushing the pace, wrestling well. Having fun.
Then you kind of led into my next question for you guys. What's something that maybe you're working on right now heading in? So we'll talk about the big tournament this weekend, but heading into the Christmas break and the second half of the season, what's maybe something that you guys are working on? Both you guys are wrestling really well right now, but what can you maybe improve on?
Don't give away your secrets.
I won't. Definitely working on pushing pace and kind of keeping it gassing, keeping a consistent pace through the whole match, and scoring in every period, trying to keep a mentality of continuing to score as many points as possible and not settling.
In the third period.
Yeah, third period.
Yeah, big thing for me is opening up my offensive capabilities. I've been known to be weird and lots of defensive, but it's just another area of my wrestling that I can improve on.
And then, Coach, the Midwest Classic this weekend, 45th or 46th Midwest Classic this weekend, kind of known as the mini nationals. Some of the best teams in the country go to that meet. Just talk about taking the guys there and what you can kind of expect.
Yeah, it's an important tournament for us. Like you said, it's as close to nationals as you're going to get. I want to say last year there was 21 of the top 25 teams there, and yeah, every weight class was tough. So, I think it's an important tournament for us to go to. We get to see teams and guys that we normally don't get to see. And so, yeah, just real important to be kind of healthy and ready to go as we head out that way. But yeah, we're excited for it. I mean, guys have gotten better. These two have gotten better. And I'd say even Jason, from first competition of the year till now, has just gotten better every match. And I think he's going to continue to get better. I think there's things that he's needed to tighten up that he's starting to figure out. And when he does, yeah, he's tough. It's going to be tough to beat.
Jason, you had success at this tournament last year. What's something maybe you can bestow on the rest of the team and the rest of the guys that are going to that tournament that can help them progress through a rugged Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, medical forfeits definitely help. I got a few of those last year, but it's a grueling tournament, and it's one where it's more than just a wrestling. The first match, wrestling. Big thing I told growing up is first period's technique, second period's your endurance, and then third period's heart. And it's the same thing with the tournament. As the day goes on, it's really comes down to who wants it.
Yeah, and Coach, looking ahead past this weekend, what's a lot of duels. It's mainly duels for those starters, and then for some of the red shirts and the reserves, a couple mixed tournaments mixed in here and there. What's kind of the focus going to be coming back from the break?
Yeah, I think just getting better every practice. I think that, we have, some feedback already from competition we've had, and I think we're starting to address it a little bit. But after Midwest, we'll have a lot more time when we come back, and obviously we finish up finals this week, so we can be a little bit of student of our wrestling, and these guys can be a student of their personal wrestling. And I think that good guys learn to kind of coach themselves and figure things out for themselves. And sometimes, obviously coaches give input, but, that's an opportunity with a break and no school to just be a student of the sport and get better every practice and every week. And then as we head into duels, obviously we'll continue to do the same thing, but it's an opportunity to, work on and try the things you've been practicing, and get better from each week. Obviously, the end of the year is what matters, the most, and so it's just about getting better every week and every practice from now till then.
We talked to some of the guys last week about kind of the differences between duels and tournaments. This one a little bit different than an open with so much talent, a little more team focus on the scoring. As wrestlers, what do you kind of enjoy and about the different phases, or which kind of format do you prefer personally? Duels, tournaments, nationals, whatever it may be.
Me personally, I prefer tournaments just because after 2 matches, you're warmed up for the rest of the day. At least I feel I am. Where as a duel, I get warmed up, wrestle 1 match, and then that's it.
Yeah, they're very different because like one's a full day, like you're wrestling all day, if not for 2 days, and the duel is kind of like you have 1 day setting up for 1 match. But I like the duels because it's head to head, it's super competitive, and I like the environment in duels a lot. I like both of them though. I just like wrestling a lot, so it doesn't matter.
This tournament kind of, if it's kind of first semester nationals or mini nationals, whatever you want to do, what can you take out of it, and then kind of that break, kind of, I'm assuming want to have good momentum and going into the break and kind of resting a little bit, recover for the second half of the year.
That for these guys or me and
All
all of us? Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, it's a greatest opportunity for us to wrestle the best competition and see where we line up. Obviously, the end of the year and wrestling at nationals and getting on the podium, be a national champ, those are the goals that guys have. And so like you want to go wrestle the best guys and then get good feedback there and on things that you're doing right and doing well and things you need to improve on. And this weekend's a great opportunity, the best opportunity for us in the season for that. I mean, obviously we have a good, tough conference and region, so we definitely get that, get good feedback from our opponents, within our conference and region. But in a tournament setting, in a 2-day tournament, it's different. So it's kind of exactly what nationals will be like, and so that's kind of our best opportunity this season to get a feel for it and see where we're at.
All right, with the holidays coming up, question of the week: most memorable or favorite Christmas gift that you received? Oran, looks like you have one.
No, I'm thinking. I don't know. There's a lot. Why are you looking at me funny?
When I was a kid, I got a drum kit for Christmas one year, and I think it was less than 3 days before I got limited on how much I could play it.
When I was a kid, I'd always like to. When I was a kid, I still get Legos from my kid. I just like a couple like Lego sets when I was a kid growing up. Like go out to a family in Wisconsin and get like Lego sets out there and having to bring them back to Colorado. Or there's one I think I remember we were actually snowed on Christmas on the Front Range, and I got like a really cool like castle set. I was super stoked on that when I was a kid. So probably that, I think.
Yeah, I got a bike when I was 5 years old, and that's probably, most surprised I was on a Christmas. And maybe when you're 5, like Christmas is probably in that peak. There's good Christmases after that, but when you're 5 and you get a bike, I think that takes the cake.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.